and welcome to Moonbeam Connections. I'm Jackie Lee. Today on relationship frequencies, we're going to look at long distance relationships. So if you're currently in a long distance relationship with someone, we are kind of looking at romantic relationships, but of course it could be a friendship or something else like that. This message is meant for you. Now, I do set the intention that these messages find those who need them when they need them. So if this message did find you, it is meant for you, but it may be that only part of the message is meant for you and not the entire thing. So take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So first we'll look at the energy between the two of you. So what's the current relationship energy between you and your long distance partner? And we got a pretty good one. So Ace of Swords. So this is about finding clarity, finding the truth, having a breakthrough, getting a new idea, victory. So it's, you can see you might not be able to see it. So there's a sword, standing up right here. And in the traditional deck, they're holding out. It's like almost like I'm getting this breakthrough. I always look at swords as cutting through to get to the truth. That's how I describe it. I'm cutting through the BS and I'm getting down to the truth. So it's like Ace of Swords, you're starting to break through the BS and getting down to the truth of the matter, getting some clarity, maybe getting new ideas about how you want to structure this relationship. So it can be that you've been long distance for a long time, and now you're cutting through and getting down to that this can't last forever. So we need to have, like, you move here, I move there, and it may be finding that solution. It may be that, it's best if I move, or it's best if you move because of whatever. I live in the larger city, easier to find jobs. You live in a place that'll provide me great opportunity, whatever it is. And so what's happening between the two of you right now actually is like really it's the beginning though. This is an ace. So it's like you're at the start of whatever this journey is, whatever this clarity you're finding, whatever this truth is that you're finding. It can be like you guys communicating each other, communicating what I want, communicating what you want, having a new idea come from it. Okay, you want this, I want that. We mesh them together and look what we get. So it can, just coming, sort of coming through with these, cutting through to like getting to the truth, getting to the clarity, getting the one, drilling it down, having an idea of what we're going to do. And so let's see how your person currently feels about you. We'll take, no, we're not taking anything. We got cards. That was more than one over there. That's why I thought I would take it, but then it turned out it was more than one. So we will try it again, maybe slower. Is that what we want? Slower. Just slow down. Enjoy the process. So let's see. There we go. Look at that. And oh wow, we got a lot of aces coming down. Okay, so Ace of Wands. This is about being inspired. Again, having an opportunity, passion, creativity, right? New ideas, new initiatives, new inspirations. So it's sort of like that spark of genius. That's how I kind of look at it. Like the wands, it's like the fire. So it's like you got your wand and you're letting the magic out and you're getting this spark of genius, this idea. And so they really, honestly, they really feel this. I mean, look at even on this card, right? It's nothing. It's hearts. You've got a burning heart in the middle. It's like that burning passion, that burning desire. So they feel really loving towards you. They feel this is the start of something good. This is that spark that they needed. They're passionate about you. They're inspired by this relationship. They want to make changes because of this relationship. So this is actually really good news. I mean, this is like the start of good, right? This is about having the breakthroughs and seeing clearly, right? We're not under any delusions. So the energy between you is we're seeing clearly, we're getting to the truth, we're understanding the truth, and then just the other person is having this spark of passion, of seeing the new opportunity, of being excited, about what the future holds and taking it to the next step. So this is very, very, very good. So let's get some advice for you. Whoop, and then there we are, right there. Just wanted to come out. Move forward. There you go. So the Chariot, so that's about being determined, being in control, getting victory. It's like you are moving forward, you're charging forward. We're moving forward on our destiny, right? And so make sure though, when we move forward, sometimes those horses, and this one's a horse, sometimes it's lions, can be whatever, but as you're moving forward, as you're being pulled forward, that you're keeping those horses in control, right? We're not letting them veer off here and veer off there. We're sticking in the truth, we're sticking in our clarity, and we're moving forward with that determination to find the success, determination to be together, be in the same city, right? We're talking about long distance relationships. So this is move forward with this relationship. This is definitely your advice is this is a good relationship. It's the start of something good. He or she is definitely like inspired by it. Let's get your energy behind it, because maybe we're unbalanced without it. Let's say, oh, we got a couple cards. What are they going to be? What are they going to be? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Could we get a better reading? Like, honestly, this is so awesome. So obviously, like from your side of it, the feeling is like, this is a successful relationship. This is going to be success. We're going to find, it's going to be recognized. We're going to get victory. We're going to be rewarded for what we've done, and then the 10 of Cups is that happy home life. This is, I've made it through. I'm emotionally fulfilled. I've got, my partner with me. I've got kids around me. I've got family around me. And I'm just in this harmony. I'm emotionally fulfilled, right? I'm emotionally at peace. I'm emotionally happy. And so your feelings towards this relationship is like, it is emotionally fulfilling and it's going to be successful. They see it as this spark of passion, right? They're sort of maybe more at the beginning. You're seeing more towards the end that this is, this is the Ace of Wands. We're already at the Six of Wands here. The energy between you is the Ace of Swords. Kind of tells me this is sort of like more of a beginning of a relationship. Maybe you just met them within the last couple months and you're sort of starting up this long distance thing, but you are definitely more down the road a bit, seeing the success behind it, feeling the happiness, the contentment, the joy that you can get out of this relationship. And the advice is to move forward on it. I mean, there is nothing bad here. This is your advice is moving forward. So we're going to get you some oracle cards here. I do wonder sometimes about these oracle cards, because just sometimes I'm like, oh, well, the reading's perfect. And then the oracle cards, this particular one, Love Oracle, comes out and you're like, I didn't expect those cards to come out, but we will see. We will see what we get when we pull them. Okay, so let's get one card on his side, a message about him or his feelings or what you want us to know. Oh, or his side. I'm sorry, I'm speaking as if it's like sort of me, them, but I mean, whoever they are, and it could be he, she, them, they, whatever you want it to be. We got way too many cards, so we're going to put those away. And so we're want a message from the other person's point of view, the person who is not currently watching, their partner, their long distance partner. So let's please get a message. There we go. Thank you. Okay, sometimes things take a moment. Oh, fantasy. Look at that. Fantasizing. Let's get another one. They're daydreaming. See, they have this spark of passion, right? They're in the middle of daydreaming, fantasizing what could happen, what it will be. So maybe they're a little bit more down the road too than I was just previously mentioning. And escaping. Ooh, so what are they avoiding and escaping? So you might have to be careful. It might be this is a long distance relationship because, they have a bit of a fear of commitment, right? So they're fantasizing, they want to be with you, but having this long distance relationship, it means they don't have to be quite so attached or quite so involved. So maybe just look at that a bit. Of course, it's going to be different for everybody's situation. So it may even be that they are currently escaping a bad situation, a bad job, a bad home life, a bad whatever. And they're getting lost in the passion of this relationship. They're definitely daydreaming about it, definitely fantasizing about it. It can also be too that they are trying to escape the fantasy and move this into a more foundational thing. So maybe that they're in the fantasy, but they want to escape the fantasy of it, right? We're living apart. We can talk, and I have this fantasy about how things are going to be. Well, we want to move forward, escape the fantasy part of it, and get down to the truth and the practicality of what do we have to do to actually be together and come together. And let's get a card or two as a message for you. I think we'll take that one because I stopped it. Perspective. Okay. So you're looking at, well, you've got a good perspective though. You're looking at it from a clear headspace is what it says. So you're gaining perspective on what this relationship is. So whether it's you're gaining, and you're conflicted about it. So you're gaining some but you're having some conflictions about it, and you're kind of maybe staying silent about it. Okay, so make sure you're not doing that. So if this is like, you're kind of getting a perspective on, like this is a long distance, we can't be in long distance forever. Do I tell them if we're going to continue with this relationship, we need to, make changes, but I don't want to. So you're like conflicted over what should I do? And then you're kind of not saying anything at all. But what the Chariot is saying is push forward, move forward. Let's do it. Let's go forward, right? Let's get to the truth. Let's cut down to the truth. So whatever's going on, whatever we're all thinking about here, things look good. Everybody's happy. Everybody wants to be here. Everybody likes this relationship. But remember, let's not stay in our fantasy. Let's not stay in, maybe it would be like this, and it will be like that, and blah, blah, blah. But meanwhile, we're going to make sure we cut down to the truth, which is that's the energy between you, is cutting down to the truth, getting the clarity on the situation. So I'm actually really not concerned about this. Just understand that there may be a few things that you need to talk through to get down to that exact truth, which is fine, right? Like nobody in general, like people usually live where they want to be. They're there because their family's there. They're there because their job's there. They're there for whatever reason. So it may be getting down to that truth of how are we going to eventually come together? Like, how are we going to do this? Are we just going to live an hour away from each other, 2 hours away, 2 countries away, 5 countries away from each other, for the rest of our lives? Or are we going to try and make it so that we're in the same location? And it's perfectly fine if you guys want to arrange your life so that so that you never live together and you're always separated by distance, and that's how it works for you because you talk on the phone all the time, and then see each other on the holidays, and every say once a month for the weekend or whatever it is, and that's what works for you and that's how you like it. That's your prerogative, right? People are allowed to structure their lives however they want. Okay, and we're going to get an outcome card here. An outcome card for this relationship, please. Oh, a potential outcome. And these two came out. Okay, so we got the Four of... Oh, I got more cards coming out. The Four of Swords. So this is about rest, recovery, reflection, right? Taking a break, relaxing, peace. And then we got the World card, which is like the end of a cycle, completing things, having achieved things, having wholeness. You've gone through all the other major arcana cards and we finally reached the end, and now we're going to start a new chapter. And so the outcome of this relationship, I would say, is that like it's going to be a restful, peaceful, easy relationship. And that you will have a new chapter. Like this is, you're sort of getting to the end of a cycle you were in, and now you're going to open up a new chapter. You're going to open up a new cycle. So if this is a brand new long distance relationship, then it can very well be that this is the beginning of a new cycle where you're going to have a restful, peaceful, easy relationship. It can also be that you've been with this person for a long time, say 2 or 3 years, and now you're really having to get down to the truth of how are we going to move forward. And so you're actually now in this time of where you are completing this cycle of living apart, and you're now going to move into the next chapter of your lives where you are coming together. But these are definitely not bad cards, right? It's about peace and rest and recovery. So it can be very like recovering relationship. If you've been in bad relationships, bad childhood, but this relationship sort of, restores your faith in having a good relationship, right? You've had bad relationships, and then now this ends up being a peaceful relationship. But this is definitely like you achieving something good. I mean, achievement, right? Like this is achieving, coming to the end of a chapter, finishing up. And so not necessarily finishing up this relationship. I mean, your thing is to charge ahead, right? And this is a major arcana card. So you are charging ahead. This is the action that's in your highest and greatest good. And it's going to bring you to a place of peace and relaxation where you're completing either the cycle on, previously bad relationships and now you're moving into a good one, or you're completing the cycle of you've been living apart and now you're going to move into a new chapter where you're living closer together. And we're going to get one more. We're going to get another message from this deck, this little tiny deck. It just has, I guess I'm shuffling offline, but if I try and shuffle, there we go. So we're just going to see what message Spirit has for this relationship, please, from this deck. Ooh, we got 3. Do we take them? I think we will. So I'm yours forever and ever. Okay? So the start of a good thing, or we're in the middle of a good thing, but we're changing chapters. So I'm yours forever and ever. Oh, I need space and my beloved. Okay. So this might very well be, I need space, and we got the relaxation and the peace. So it may be that this long distance relationship is what works for you because you both need your own space. Okay? And it doesn't mean either that you have to stay long distance and need your own space. It can be that you need your own space, but we're going to move closer together and move houses on the same block. Or we're going to move closer together and move to the same place, and we're going to actually live in the same place, but we're going to have separate bedrooms because, we like our own time. We like to, I very much do like having my own bed with nobody else in it. I'm an insomniac. I cough and sneeze a lot. I got a ton of allergies. Sometimes I'll just break out into sneezing fits and I can't stop. And so I really don't like having someone beside me that I feel like I'm disturbing or I'm bothering, or if I'm having insomnia, I want to listen to the radio, I want to watch TV, I want to do something else, and now I have this person beside me that I'm going to be bothering. And so I very much like sleeping by myself, and I currently don't have a partner, but not that I would, not still love my partner if we were sleeping in separate bedrooms, but I just like my own space. I need my own space. That's something I need for me, is to kind of, at the end of the night, just be able to relax and rest and not feel like I'm disturbing someone else's sleep when I'm having issues that are, preventing having insomnia. Now I can't sleep. Now I'm disturbing you and I feel really bad, and that's putting stress on me. And so that's a lot. And so if I just have my own bed, then I don't have to feel bad, and you can get a peaceful, restful night's sleep. Peace and rest, peace and rest. So what I would say now is, and this might be where our conflict, escaping, silence comes in. So make sure when you're discussing with this person, like, are we going to be moving together? Are we going to be moving to the same city? That say, I understand. We both need space. We both need our own time. We both need our own friends. And I'm willing to give that. I mean, this is, I'm yours forever and ever and my beloved. There's nothing bad here. It's just, yes, we love each other. We will love each other. And if this is brand new, but we also need our separate space. So maybe it is we never live in the same city. Maybe it is we never live in the same house. Maybe it is we do share a place, but we have separate bedrooms, or we just have separate things we do. I go out and I jet ski all the time with my friends. You hate jet skiing, but you love pottery. So you go out and do pottery. And that's our separate time. That's our space time, whatever it is. So just keep that in mind. And that's where I think this conflict and being in silence, like maybe you're like, I want to be closer to them, but I don't know how that's going to work because I need space. Or, they feel like, oh, this fantasy of it going well, but then I feel like, oh, I won't have enough space and I want to escape from it because are they just going to be too on top of me? And of course, this comes from trauma too. If you had somebody that was smothering you all the time, the thought of getting in another relationship might be like, oh no, like this is good that we're separated. If we get too close, you're going to be smothering me and I'm just going to want to run away and get away. So if you have that discussion of, hey, I understand we both need our own space. I understand we both need our own time. I understand we both need our own friends. We both need our own lives, our own careers, our own financial stability, independent of each other, but we can still love each other and still be partners, even with having our independence. And that's really what a partnership is, right? Understanding each person has their own independence and has their own goals and the dreams and desires, and that we can walk beside each other while we do that and help support each other. So I hope this message helped you today. I'm sending you peace, love, and happiness. Bye for now.